guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make an arrow like this. So first you need to find a wooden dowel. This is going to be the arrow shaft for the arrow that you're going to be making. The thinner the wooden dowel is, the lighter that it'll be, but also if it's thinner it'll be weaker. So now at the end of the shaft you want to use a circular file, rat tail file, just to file in a groove into the arrow, and that's going to be the notch that rests on the base there.
So now that you've filed in the notch, you need to pull back the bow which you're going to be using for this arrow, and then mark off at where your full draw length is. You then need to add 1 or 2 centimeters to that draw length, and then start to cut it off with a hacksaw.
So now that you've got your arrow cut off to length and you've got a notch in the back, it's time to make the arrowhead.
So for the arrowhead I'm going to be using some thin stainless steel, and I'm going to be creating a broadhead bolt. I don't really like it when the arrowheads have barbed tips because it makes it very hard to pull the arrows out of anything that you shoot them into. You can use almost any metal as long as it's quite hard and not easy to bend. I'm just shaping the arrowhead into a point that is just the same thickness in width as the dowel which I'm going to be using, and I'm going to make it quite sharp. So now I'm going to be sharpening up the arrowhead by adding blades to the edges with a metal file.
So now I've sharpened up the arrowhead and it's got these blades on each edge so that it'll penetrate stuff really easily, and now I'm just going to mount it in the front like this.
So first I just need to use a hacksaw to cut a thin notch going down the arrow shaft as far as I'd like the arrow to go into the wood, and I'm just going to be cutting my notch about a few centimeters in. Now I'm going to force the thin steel for the arrowhead into the wood, being careful not to split the wooden dowel.
So now the arrowhead's mounted in the front like this.
So what I'm doing now is I'm just filing the edge of the arrowhead so that it's completely flat with the wooden dowel. Now I'm using a rat tail file to create a thin notch going all the way round the wooden dowel, just a half a centimeter before the end of the metal. Now you need to wrap an elastic band tightly, as tight as you can, all the way around the notch which you filed in, and this is going to stop the wood from splitting apart. This is what the elastic band should look like after you've wrapped it round tightly. Now I'm drilling a hole for a nail which is going to act as a pin to hold the arrowhead in place. The nail easily slots into the hole. So now I just cut off the excess of the pin and then glue it in place with some super glue. So now I'm just tapering the edges of the wood so that the arrow will cut into stuff more easily.
Now tape some duct tape around the end just to protect the elastic band.
The fletchings for the arrow are going to be made out of duct tape. Tear off 2 pieces 5 or 6 centimeters long and stick them opposite each other on the shaft. Then use scissors to taper the duct tape until it's up to shape. As you can see, I've stuck on the fletchings in such a way that when they pass over the arrow rest, they don't catch on the bow or the arrow rest. So now it's time to test out the arrow. Now we're going to test out the arrow's penetration while firing against an old book. This arrow can also be used on my more powerful 45-pound slingshot crossbow. As you can see, the arrow easily stabs through the milk cartons.
So after all of those shots, the arrow has sustained no damage at all, and it's still completely fine. Thanks guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video on how to make this arrow, and if you did, please hit the like button down below, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. And also, if you have any comments or suggestions for what you'd like me to make in a future project, just post it in a comment down below or send me a personal message.